Okay, I'm here. Do that. Hmm. Speedy. Telemundo. All right. Okay. Frames checked. Audio checked. Songs shouldn't be getting picked up in VOD. Speedy's in cute mode. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Keep in mind, for those that don't know, Morocco is a great footballing side. They made the They were like a top a semifinalist in 2022, so they finished top four. I can't remember if they won the third place match or not, so I don't want to say they podiumed. And then of course Hakimi and Mbappe are essentially like best friends. Like Hakimi is genuinely one of Mbappe's best friends, at least in the world of football, but I think in general. A lot was made about the all. Hey, what up, Paisley? A lot was made of the refereeing crew for today's match is entirely Argentine. Now, not trying to put on the tinfoil hat, of course, but some people are just pointing out how potentially sus that is because if you're rooting for Argentina or if you're in Argentina's camp, France is your biggest threat, right? Like, yes, obviously Spain's incredible, reigning world European champions, but France, you're probably most worried about France. And, anyways, I'm not saying anything's going to be fishy, but of all of the matches that have been played at this year's World Cup so far, this is the first time that the entire officiating crew is from one solitary nation, one single same nation. Now granted, for Argentina versus Egypt the other day, a match filled with controversy, um, three of the five refs were French. So that to be objective, it does need to be said that Argentina recently had a match where the majority of their refs were French. If we're talking that rivalry, you're so cute, Speedy. Um, so we're about to get underway. Let me go. Wait, too low. Can't be showing no Johnson, no Rocket. Speedy is a potato. Okay, let me see if do I have this set up right. If I wanted to go live game, bam, tiny small version, little baby tiny version, small version, bam. Do you see? Daisy's calling you cute. Although I think the heat lately has got the lad itching, cause and my sis is not good at like being a disciplinarian with him. Um, so she probably doesn't stop him even if she sees it, but he's got two little dry patches where he's been scratching slash licking too much. Gonna have to get him some ointment or something. All right, we are fully underway. Ball with France. Here we go. Quarterfinals underway at the 2026 World Cup. In the first match, France and Morocco, a lot of connections. Again, the captain of Morocco, Hakimi, who's essentially the best right back on planet Earth, is a truly world class player. He has been at PSG, uh, Paris, um, for years now. So not only do you have the captain of Morocco who plays in Paris, playing against France, but you also have Mbappe's best friend. Like him and Hakimi are like that, besties. Yo, what up, Clipper? How goes it today? Are you at home or did you wind up doing the thing? Hey, you know how I've been using Telemundo? Um, in part, well, for two reasons. One, okay, so the first reason is I don't want to hear the commentate. Oh, well done. Oh, this is so good from Morocco right now. I don't want to hear the English commentators and it like influence, me and my commentary. Um, so that's like the main one. The other one, although it was in theory because it hasn't come to fruition, oh is NBC. So first and foremost, of the American broadcasters that do sports, NBC is by far the best when it comes to visual fidelity. Just crisp, clear images, high def footage. And Telemundo is a part of the NBC Universal, family, so to speak. So you would think that that would play in. But the more I've watched these matches on Telemundo, I think overall they're basically the same visual quality as the Fox feed. They're all using the same world broadcast feed, I believe. You'll see about tomorrow. What? So did you have like an? Oh, I don't want to talk about your business on stream, but um, like you mentioned something on the back of your calf, right? Uh, is that like an open thing, like a wound? Oh, well done from Mbappe. Look how many red jerseys are in this shell right now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Remind me to look at everything. Be like, can you make sure that my like mitochondria is even like powerhousing the cells? You know what I mean? Oh, Mbappe with an early effort. Goalkeeper trust. Is that apparently he saved it. I actually thought the goal. This is where I talk about the video quality. It kind of looked like the goalkeeper pulled his hands back. Oh, he does get a touch at the very end. I actually was about to compliment the goalkeeper for having watched it all the way and then knew his lines so well. Like, uh oh my God! And France almost scored from the subsequent header. That like Bono is a great goalkeeper, a very good keeper who is sometimes great. I don't want to hate on him, and he's been great this tournament. But like that's one of those things that like the more you watch this sport, the like to separate like the great to elite goalkeepers there's a couple things you can look for. One is when a goalkeeper can't catch it, how much distance do they get on their parries? How consistently do they clear their area and not even remotely give a chance for a rebound or a follow up, right? See, this is a good save. Should be made. He gets good distance on that save. But what I was gonna get at is I thought he could have pulled his hands away and not even given the corner because his line, his positioning was so good that you would think he would have realized that he was clear of his post and he could have let it go. You are so spoiled. You know that? You're so spoiled. Is the music audio level good? Or could it even afford to go up a smidge? Would not adjust? Okay, noted. Everybody. All right, my coverage is at 544. Morocco just double headed it back to their goalkeeper. You don't see that very often. Not from the same, not two different people. Everything is awesome. Oh, well done from Saliba. Then, not so much. Um, oh, great. That's a great ball between the lines from Morocco here. We're at 63rd or 6:30 on the clock. 7th minute, halfway through it. You can definitely tell both teams are kind of filling each other out a little bit, kind of like an early boxing match. But it also shows the lethality. Yo, what up, Exit? It also shows the lethality of France that even in these 6 minutes of relative, trading of jabs, so to speak, or filling each other out, that France has already carved out essentially two chances. I don't really want to say two though, because that first shot again, the goalkeeper probably could let that go. His line is good. Yo, Exit, we still on for tonight? Speaking of which, y'all see this fool's paw, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, great feet. Oh, and then Doué loses it. It's actually interesting that Doué is getting the start today. Now that I think about it. Speaking of which, I actually need to change this. Go right there. You go there. Yeah, Doué started. Hold on. Let's look at it together real quick. So France have played fixtures, World Cup. Hold on. Okay, boom. In the first match, and this is generally their front four. Barcola, it starts instead of Doué, but again, they're both incredible. You also have Ryan Cherke. All right, it's Mbappe with the freedom of the park again. Now it's with Doué. Doué's going to try to get a shot easily blocked. Okay, that was their first match. Second match, Sweden. Same front four. Oops. Bam. France. Senegal. They rotated in Doué for this match. Dude, most of their lineup has been unchanged, which maybe also speaks to why they're playing so well. Because when you can get through a tournament and not have to make too many changes and like really bedding in the spine of your team, the core, it's very good. So Doué came in against Senegal, and then I'm pretty sure last match Barcola started again. Hold on, this is not exactly in the right order, but you get it. Boom. Okay, one more. And then for Norway, nope. Why does it keep switching? Okay, anyways. Lineup. Doué. Barcola started 3. Doué started 2. Chouamini, their back line, I guess Lacroix did come in for that one. Lacroix. Chouamini, though, dude, an actual... we all talk about their attack, rightfully so, but he's world class as well. Also, kind of just goes under the radar at Real Madrid, unfortunately for him, but a class footballer. Okay, let's get back. Bam. Yes, Clipper, that's exactly what we're doing. You got shotgun? Or neither for the aces? How many of world? That's a great question. Um, and okay, so first off, let me go ahead and clarify when I'm picturing my world's top 10, it counts obviously league your club play, it counts form, right? So like Messi, with all due respect, is not going to be on my top 10 in this category because I'm looking at it like there's an age element too. Like if I'm building a franchise, if I'm starting a club, right, and we're doing like a draft, who are the 10 that I think would come off the board first, right? I think you could say that they have at least 3 of those. Oh wow, dude, I mean, it's just so tricky. Oh, and then the pass they get wrong, but it still falls. My coverage is at 12, 25, 26, 27. France have it out on the right side. Elise is going to offload it to Mbappe. Good ball from Mbappe into Rabiot. Rabiot to the left. He's got the overlap if he wants to use it. Doué doesn't. Back with Rabiot, I believe. Now it's on the left with Hernandez. Cross to nobody. Morocco clears it. And we go again. Obviously Mbappe, Elise, Dembele. So if I'm picturing it though, like we're starting a club, okay? Now we know how it works, right? Offensive players are the ones who get all the love. So if we're doing a top 10 list, they're probably mostly going to be wingers and strikers, right? But that's not how I'm evaluating it. To me, Vitinha, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Oh my God. He's Mr. Everything at Real Madrid. Oh my God. I keep wanting to say Alvarez. Anyways, I'm also gonna I'm factoring in the midfielders who are just complete midfielders. Some are even versatile and can play a lot of positions. So yes, and some might be like, huh? But I'm putting Dominique Szoboszlai in that list because I think, especially as we saw last year, where he at times were single-handedly carrying us through matches. It seemed like playing right back, center mid, right center mid. Dude, the thing with Morocco is playing a dangerous game right now. There are these pockets right outside the area that they do not have consistent coverage for, and Mbappe is just picking them up. Like there's been obviously the shot that is saved leads to the corner that then leads to France's best chance of the game. That's one of those that come to mind, but there's been about 3 or 4 other ones where Mbappe picks it up in that same little spot and oh, that's a foul. Surely? Not a foul. Morocco not okay, thank you, ref. Dude, but why does it it's so weird. So long story short, 4. I'm gonna go 4. We'll say 4. Mbappe, Dembele, Olise, and Chouamini. Okay. And obviously Doué is like, especially when we're factoring in age and how much they can keep growing and their potential, right? Doué's up there for sure. But I would say 4, and I would not include Doué as of now. But I would include Chouamini. I'm a huge, huge Chouamini fan. What is his name? So he plays for Real Madrid. He's somebody he's a center mid naturally, but he's played right back for him. I mean, he's played literally essentially everywhere except keeper. Oh, that Hakimi with the free kick that he literally just sent to Robert Kraft's house. This game is in Boston, by the way. Dude, what is I'm about to have to look it up. He's I got it. Wait. He's okay, so he's Uruguayan and his name is Federico. No, I don't have it. I do have some of it narrowed down. He's Uruguayan and his name is Federico. No, Camavinga is also one of those complete footballers. That's what's so frustrating, dude. And they got them all basically at the same time. Like it's so frustrating. Like Camavinga, Chouamini, and well, this isn't even the guy. Valverde, hold on. Federico Valverde, is that his name? I don't think his first name is Federico anymore. His last name is certainly Valverde. Yeah, long story short, they have Jude Bellingham, Chouamini, and Camavinga. And I think in that order, like I think Bellingham's the best of the 3 right now, then Chouamini, then Camavinga, but they're all complete. They can play anywhere on the park. They tackle, they pass, they shoot well, they're just loaded. And they have all of that, and then they also have Valverde for the shits of it. Yeah, he's very fast. I think he waited because Morocco had advantage and then but see, so all right, Clipper, you're right, but so and this is something that's frustrated me a few times this tournament because it's just I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's all of the equipment that referees have to wear now that they've added the goggle thing, the Vision Pro thing, on top of them already having to carry the spray around, 2 watches, the whistle, right? But so in footy, when a referee's calling advantage, so if that was the scenario, they're supposed to put their hands up like this. So like thing happens, referee keeps running, let's play go on, referee will keep running along. Oh, this is a good spell from France here. Ball at the back post, needs to be dealt with. Oh, no, header away. Or header nowhere close. So anyways, referee's supposed to. That's the signal to basically let everyone watching know, hey, I've acknowledged that that's a foul, but I'm giving the advantage. And what it helps with is, one, if you're a fan of the team with the ball, you don't feel as hard. You're not like, what the fuck? You know, you're like, oh, okay. And then if you're the other team, if you wind up stopping the play and then the referee brings it back, you're not aggrieved and being like, what the hell? Like, where did that come from? Right? Like, everyone knows that, hey, I've deemed this a foul, but I'm playing advantage and I might come back to that. And then, of course, if play goes on for a couple seconds or whatever, he'll put his hands down, advantage is over. There's been numerous times this tournament where, I'm not even, this is not they didn't call a foul. This is they called a foul because they eventually do bring play back to the interaction, but they didn't, their hands, they're supposed to be up near their nipples, right? You're really supposed to, but in these instances, the referees aren't even lifting their arms above their hips. like waist, right? So there's like zero. They're not even doing like a downward palm out to the ground. Nothing to indicate. So I think that's where I think you're absolutely right. But it goes back. If I almost if I had an editor that could scan through my things, I'd be like, yo, can you find me an 3 to 5 sections where I go this tournament where I'm like, is that not a foul? Oh, I guess he called advantage, but he never lifted his arm. Like I've had numerous times where it's like, is that not a foul? Play goes on, then he brings it back. I'm like, okay, I guess it was, but he never signaled advantage. What was that? Hell, there was one against I do know for us against Bosnia. Dude, France is just they're they're so good, man. Um Saliba is French. I wouldn't put him in the top 10 in the world because, again, if we're being real, and if you ask most people, they're only including wingers and strikers, unfortunately. And then in this list, in this hypothetical kind of list with where we're factoring in club form and age and all of that, I'm throwing in the midfielders. I don't know if there's a center back right now that I would include in that. If there's one, it's either Saliba or it's uh no, not on form. I was gonna say Bastoni from Inter Milan, but not on form. But yeah, that's a great shout, and he's up there. Um, Now here's a better question. All right, let me just reword this. How many players does France have that you would consider in the top three-ish, 3 to 5? But let's even say three. How many players does France have where you would consider that player in the top three in his position in the world? Okay. And that might be 6 or 7. Not to don't do it. But obviously the three Elise, Mbappe, and they're some of them in the same position, but Elise, Mbappe, Dembele, Chouamini, Saliba, um um uh what's his name? I kind of want to say Kunde. We do know that Morocco has the best right back in the world. When Connor Bradley's hurt, that is. All right, my coverage is here 21, 53, 54, 55. Kind of there's like, I mean, from what I can hear, I could be wrong. I feel like the atmosphere is a little ish. Not hating on the fans. I'm just saying the football right now is kind of right. And I think, as we all assume, we're going to have a hydration break here within moments. Elise, oh wow, that ball. Okay. I actually looked like first off, it looked like Elise's pass was going to get intercepted. Then it looked like it was overhit and Dembele wasn't going to reach it. And then it's like decently weighted. Hydration. Oh, that's what we needed it to have done. Especially if we had a lot of people to do gambas in here. Isn't even who's gonna win or who's gonna score next. It's uh when will the hydration break be? And we do like the 22nd to the 24th, the 25th to the 27th, and then the 28th through the 31st. You know what I mean? The 31st or something. Now, obviously, the 28th one would have the most minutes as an option, but we also know that that's the least like it's usually feels like before the 28th. But there's been one in the 32nd. I know there's been one in the 30th. Oh, you started one? Hell yeah! My God, I wish I could participate in these. All right, there's a Gamba live. That's one way to do it. If we're gonna do it that way, I would put it at the 27th or like 27.5. I don't know if you know how like in betting you're supposed to do the 0.5 to cover stuff. I don't know if that applies here in the minutes thing. I'm not a better, as y'all know. Yo, everyone, Gamba's live. Yo, what up, Lux? You still on for tonight? Please tell me yes. Please tell me yes. Please tell me yes. Oh, and to answer your question, Clipper, we're playing RV there yet. It's one of those friend. I don't want to say slop, but like I don't feel like this one's one of the slop ones, maybe. But it's one of those friend co-op or zany games to do with friends. You've probably seen it. I actually had bought it when it came out. Okay, this is with France. This is a dangerous attack. Mbappe, great tackle. It looks like great tackle. Um, but it's one of those you obviously want to play with a group, and I wanted to wait till I had a full group. And as we've hung out in the Discord the last however many nights, like 3 out of the last 5, or I don't know, 3 out of the last whatever it was, it's kind of come together. But yeah, if you download it, I think you can play 4 people. So like say for example tonight we'll do a session with me, Lux, Paisley, and Exit. But then I'm down to do another run with you, or if one of them have to hop off, you can fill. That might be a penalty. I mean, it's France. It's a superstar. I mean, he's gonna get sent to VAR, and it's gonna be given question mark. Yo, I love that sportsmanship between Issa and Dembele there. That was awesome. Um, yeah. I figured. And sadly, no one even gambit on it. I love the effort though. Exit, Paisley, you didn't even gamb on it, Goober. We're playing at 9. Um, call it set. Well, it is a penalty. Now, is it a foul? I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, yes, I mean, it is a foul. Should be a pin. Doesn't get the ball, makes contact, but like you just wonder if the exact same situation was inverted, and Morocco goes down in the box, referee organically calls for a goal kick, and his eyes in the moment it is not a pin. Does VAR equally instruct him to go look at it? Does VAR equally and the referee, does the decision equally get overturned and it become a penalty for Morocco in the situation? I would love to say yes. I just don't know if I believe that. But regardless, France was fouled. France do deserve this question or this penalty, and Mbappe standing over it. Still hasn't taken it yet. A lot of hababaloo. And I talk now. This will show Mbappe's another example of his class if he buries this, because I talk a lot about how when you have this much delay between when you get the ball as a penalty taker, especially if you've already set it down, and when there's a lot of delays, referee talking to the goalkeeper, referee telling people to back up, blah, that is so hard to kind of like blank out all the distractions and get back into your routine. Anyways, Mbappe stutter step, we hate him. I mean, I don't know if I jinxed him or what, but the fact that he was likely to miss that or fail to convert it was always on the topic of conversation there. I mean, that's everything we talk about. One, in fairness to Mbappe, regardless of what technique he uses, the moment that they do the VAR, okay, boom, it's a decision. Mbappe goes to the line, gets a set. There was like a 90-second to 2-minute little window after that before he was ever given the whistle to take it, right? And again, we've talked about it before. I can't remember whose penalty it was like a week or so ago, but they had to wait. It was it Bruno Fernandes? This might have actually been in the Premier League now that I think about it. I definitely think it was Bruno Fernandes. But he essentially is given a penalty, like the ball, and it's like 4 minutes because two of the goalkeepers start having some like showmanship with each other and the referee has to go talk to them, and then someone goes and kicks the ball off of the spot so the taker has to then go reset it. And Bruno is one of the best penalty takers in the world by a lot. And he's so good and he misses it. And so anyways, that messing up the timing. And then we've talked about the stutter steps, right? Especially when they come to a complete stop and referees don't call that as an infraction. Here's my thing, okay, especially as a former goalkeeper. Okay, the penalty taker isn't allowed to come to a full stop, and then the goalkeeper isn't allowed to come off his line, right? If you've ever seen a penalty where a goalkeeper kind of steps out, then dives, and it's saved, and it's really noticeable, what will happen is if the team has enough clout, basically, they might get a chance to take the penalty again because the goalkeeper infringed by stepping off of his line, okay? That's boom. That's yin and yang, okay? Well, as this sport more and more allows these penalty takers to essentially come to a stop. They're stutter. I think if you're going to allow that, almost like the gather step in basketball, right? If we're just going to say, you know what, it leads to more creativity, it leads to more permutations of whatever, right? We're going to allow that. Then equally, FIFA should also relax the rules on goalkeepers taking that. Now here's the thing, as a goalkeeper, you don't want to come too far off your line either, right? Because then you reduce the distance so much that you can't potentially have the hand strength to stop that kind of stuff or get to it in time. But y'all get it. It's like basically if you're going to allow the attackers to stop, I'd let goalkeepers step off their line a little bit. Or at least don't call it if they make the save and they're slightly off their line. We're still at a hydration break, baby. I I answered so what I was saying was let's shoot for 10. Now, granted, that's all I said. I had more to follow that up, and then something happened in the match, and I got distracted. But I was saying, let's shoot for 10 to start with. Because, so first off, film class normally starts at 9. But I'm going to start film class early tonight so we can get done earlier, so we can play RV there yet. And that way, Grandpa Exit isn't having to, he can play longer. Okay? Um, Yo, that's the other thing, Clipper. I don't know. No, I know that about the time that Exit will probably have to hop off, 11:30 ish or something, is kind of close to when you also shift and whatnot. So you might not be able to play, but hypothetically, that could be. Ooh, that was close. And Dembele whisk one by. Is when Exit hops off, you can fill in for Exit tonight if you wanted to. Anyhow, yeah, let's go. Yeah. But again, if I started the movie, let's say as early as 8, film class might get done by like 9:40ish, 9:45. So we maybe can start it a little early. We'll just have to hold so basically long story short, 9:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, well done from Dewey. So good. Wait, oh never mind. Is that Dembele? Or in Mbappe? I can't tell. Dude, the I don't know. Maybe I need to be on Peacock or the app, but this television broadcast, sometimes it's so hard to even see the numbers. Oh, wow. Okay, no foul by Morocco. They're saying Elise kind of just ran into him, I guess. No, no. So, Clipper, in regards to the polls or the gambas, as far as I know, I can't ever um, gamba in them, right? So if that's the case, always go feel like you can go yourself. Now, obviously, if you do not happen to like gamble on a particular prediction, you are all like, okay, any mod can also close a prediction, but only if you didn't participate in the actual, predictioning. Um, so in instances where you don't, yes, you can help me by doing that. But in regards to, yeah, I can't. As far as I know, regardless of whatever, who starts it, who ends it, I don't think I can participate in them as a broadcaster. So I'm always available as somebody who can close it. Oh, what a leave. Great dummy by Morocco here. Decent attack. But then, I mean, it's actually a good run and a good idea, but France is so good and so fast. There's 3 French players there to intercept that through ball attempt from Morocco. I don't even think it has to do with creating. I think it has to do with actually picking a winner. Uh-oh, Mbappe with a phenomenal save by Bono. Was that Doué? I don't know. It's like reverse I don't even know how to word this. I mean, very lackadaisical from Morocco. That's Doué, sorry. I mean, on this feed, it's genuinely kind of hard to tell who's who for France. They're all well, I guess other than Dembele, of their front 4, all 3 of them are light skinned black guys. All of them are incredible. All of them are flashy and fast and tricky, and they pop up everywhere, and they're all brilliant. And it's hard to tell when this feed is 480p. The only one that you can definitively tell is Dembele, who's also brilliant and tricky and rapidly fast and pops up everywhere. Oh, that's surely a foul by France. How is that not a foul by France? He just decleated that Moroccan. And then he goes to the ground. And what's funny is the Moroccan who was just fouled, laying on the ground, is waving at the French defender who just fouled him to get his ass up while they're both on the ground. He's almost like, bro, dude, get up. How dare you? After what you just did to me? Yes. But yes, I think it's just like, so if you created it and then you participated in it, you obviously then can't close it. If you created it and then you didn't participate in it, you could close it. Basically, the thing that Twitch only really worries about in those is the closing. Like who picks the winner, who's saying option A versus option B, and then like makes it official. That's the big hiccup. And again, generally, I'm always down to be that, since I can't actually participate in picking, at least until we get the crowd is consistent enough to where there's a bunch of people picking. Um, and then let's say you don't have to pick if you don't want to, because we got tons of people to do it. Then yeah. Now that's a foul by Morocco. Sloppy touch. Kone snaps onto it. It don't be a yellow. That's not a yellow. I think the other thing that kind of going back to that Argentina Egypt thing and the Egypt goal getting disallowed that frustrated me so much. There's a lot, and I'm not trying to get too deep into that again. But it's that this tournament has clearly been, the referees have been instructed to let the lads play a little bit more. They have allowed physicality. They have allowed tough, like pressing and challenging, and things that in a lot of leagues have been yellows are just fouls. Things that are just fouls in a lot of domestic leagues aren't even fouls this tournament. So I think that's kind of the frustrating thing too, was it's like, dude, you've established this precedent of like, that's a soft foul in general. What Egypt did, it's a foul. Don't get me wrong, he stepped on the Argentine player's foot, but like, it's a borderline soft thing in a lot of leagues. With what they've been allowing this tournament, um, you would say that that's not even a foul. Again, according to the standard that they had set. Let's go Red Sox. A little 2-1 win over the White Sox. How about that? The fruit of the loom derby in baseball. I couldn't think of a primary sock manufacturer. Y'all know any better references I can use for that? What's like a sock only company? Sock guys. Who makes socks? All right, my coverage is here in the 39th minute, 39-17, not 30, 40th minute, 39-20 with Morocco. He's got an option to the left. Kind of underhit it, requires a lot of dude, when you're playing that overlap there, man, I like it's tough. Like you're running at full speed. You're trying to control the ball, boom, 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 and then you're trying to make a measured layoff to that overlap. But when that's an example of when you underhit it, you require that player to have to really recover the momentum of the pass to then get themselves into a crossing shape. Boop, boop, boop. Here's where my coverage is 40-09, 40-10. It's with France. Are you guys ahead of me, behind me, about the same? Dude, the thing is like Morocco, and maybe this is a testament to how good France is defensively as well, but Morocco will play these really, really incisive passes between the line, and it'll get one of their, midfielders or attackers into a decent pocket to then hopefully link and then move them up the pitch territorially. But then they get that ball, they get their head up, they look, and I don't know if again if it's the French's defense, is it the runners off the ball for Morocco isn't dynamic enough? But then they just it's like they quickly or and maybe they're nervous to make a mistake, but they get in these advantageous spots, and then they wind up just having to reset. They like will literally do sometimes when you drop it and you recycle possession, that pass is like a 5-ish meter one, maybe a set. Like you're not full, only when you're really in trouble are you doing a big drop, like you're really hitting it far back to your keeper, for example. um there's been multiple times where Morocco in France's half, in what we know as like the channels, get it, and then they wind up having to drop it some 20 meters because that's the only thing they feel safe to try to play. I feel like that maybe. Oh, that's a decent pick out over the top. Good marshaling though by um, Morocco. That maybe Morocco just needs to be a little braver, bolder. I don't like using that word, but like, oh, obviously, I'm not playing against France, but some of these times they need to try that through ball, and even if it just goes to Magnan, the keeper for France, but at least you play the through ball. You then look at your teammate who didn't make the run, and then y'all have the conversation like, "Hey, that's on, that's there." But if you just keep dropping, it's harder to have that conversation with your teammate saying, "Hey, I that run is there, that space is there to be attacked." But you send in a delicious ball, and it's like that could have been something. Then you're like, you kind of work out solutions mid match. It's kind of unfair that France had N'Golo Conte for years, and then now they have Chouamini. Oh, good work there. Well done. Well done from Kone. Oh, that's such good midfield play. I'm over here talking about Conte and Chouamini, and Kone's like, hey, motherfucker, I'm a baller too. Not only the pressing for him to win that, but then the footwork to retain possession. Speaking of footwork, Dembele dancing, I think, but a good defensive shape from Morocco. They got everyone back. Ooh, Antoine Griezmann in the building, former French national team star, who is now coming to the MLS, I believe. He's also a huge NFL fan, like a legit huge NFL fan. Anytime I see a social media post and it's like one of those kind of collaboration based ones, and like maybe they're asking him trivia questions, he nails it, dude. Actual NFL fan. Cinco minutos of stoppage time. Oh my God. Well done. That's just that well done right there. 50, right? Boom. The goalkeeper from Morocco reads that so well. First off, delicious ball from Elise. The fact that he even sees that and he can play that requires such an accurate pass to split that. But he does. Now it's a little overhit, obviously, because the goalkeeper's able to come sweep that up, but not by a lot. The goalkeeper's great sweeping made it look like it was that overhit. The goalkeeper had to intercept that at the edge of his 18. Like, if he's not so much on the front foot there, that might be as a perfect ball. Oh, lovely football from France. Little overhit there. It's on the left here with, I think, Digne. I think I said Hernandez earlier. I, I was looking at France's stats from the 2018 World Cup, I think it was, earlier today, and I think that's why I got him in my head as their left back and not Digne. Oh, that might be a corner. Damn, speaking of him, he just teed one up from distance. It had some dipping to it. And I thought the goalkeeper got a touch to it. Did he not fingertip that onto the post? It also might have uh, mm, it also might have taken a deflection off that one Moroccan player's boot. All right, ball with France here. We're in the third minute of the first half stoppage time. Great switch of play. Oh my God, that's going to be a highlight reel on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, wait. And then he just rides him out. What's happening there? What a duel that from Hakimi and Doué. What a duel. First off, gorgeous. Gorgeous switch of play by Upamecano. And then Doué's touch is filthy. Not only is it perfectly close controlled, that's a tough one to officiate there, dude. That is so hard. I mean, Doué is pulling on Akimi's jersey. I think that supersedes everything, right? Like whatever Akimi does to Doué is on the as a byproduct of Doué pulling his jersey down as he tries to get by him. World class defending from Akimi there. Again, fantastic touch. That is going to be absolutely gift and shown all over social media as it should be. Because, it's one of those, not only does he deaden it, he does that little trick touch where you jump up and you actually bring the oppo foot, you like around the world, your leg, and then deaden it with that oppo foot. And then Doué's quick. That shows how good of a defender is that Hakimi is. To use an American football analogy, that was like a cornerback who's perfectly aligned with the hip. That is just stride for stride with the wide receiver, and rides the whole sequence out. Oh, good footwork there from Morocco. Oh, handball question mark? Now, granted, he turned his back. How much does he know about it? Is the hand a part of his silhouette? That's going to be the question. We're almost at halftime here, and then I got to take Speedy downstairs. Oh, no, that's a clear handball. His hand is not part of the silhouette. I thought it was hit his other arm, the one that's like next to his torso. No, no, no. No, no, no. So, unfortunately for Morocco, this happens a little too far right, you would think. Unless, like, if you have an elite left footed free kick taker here, you might consider him shooting this directly on goal, right? But this is a very tough angle to try to score this directly for a right footed player like Hakimi is. So I believe Hakimi is going to try to stand up a ball, but it's also too close to really do that. It's honestly awkward. This is not a great position. But he might shoot this on goal and just hope for a rebound. You saw what he tried to do. He tried to hit it on that instep, tried to catch the goalkeeper napping and put it on the near post. That's really the only angle you probably have. That, I mean, again, that's a tough free kick location. All right, that's halftime. Earlier they showed the temperature in Boston at 87 degrees. You can see it. Even Mbappe looked like sweaty. He looked like he's been, he's put in a shift. Referee looks a little quick or fatigued. I can't talk right now. Let me take Speedy downstairs. I'll be back. Gonna turn the music up. And I guess I can pull up words on stream because we haven't done that in a while. All right, I'll be back. Hey, if you're out there lurking or whatever, say bye to Speedy. He's looking. He'll judge you. All right. All right. We're not playing that. That's fine. Let me go this. My dailies. Start with Game Duel. If you haven't done your Wordle yet, we're gonna do that in a second. So go ahead and try to get yours in while I'm doing my Game Duel. Hold on, let me. Game's not back yet, is it? No. Showing Kylian Mbappe's very tame System of a Down, Alice in Chain, Food Fighters. Is this like rock band? Guitar Hero. Let's go rock. I didn't know there was that many rock bands. Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 2. Start with 1. Guitar Hero 2. Dude, these are always so like, oh man, which one of the multiple? And the thing is, we've done Metallica World Tour. How many guesses do I have left? I have 2. Oh my god. Guitar Hero 5. I've done World Tour. What about live? I got 1 guess left. Should I go 5 or live or encore rock the 80s? I'm gonna go 5. Metal. Oh yeah, of course, Guitar Hero Metallica, where it lists everyone but Metallica on the cover art. Yes, yes. Why, yes. Yeah. It's the thing from Mario. I have no idea what it's called. A pea shooter, maybe? Plant. Piranha plant? No, that's not it, but okay, never mind. Yeah, we don't got that one. Okay. Less is more is less. Okay. Cleanest way to do this. Hide this. Mute that. Okay, now you should hear this. I don't want it VODs. Music. Okay. Yeah, I got. It's hello, dude. Songless. You just don't work much these days, do you, bud? Or is my internet gone? Hello. Still streaming? I think I'm still streaming. Oh, who knows? What about more or less? Okay, good comms. I'm still live though. That's also good comms. I guess this website's just broke. It broke itself. Okay, we're doing Wordle. Stream is fine. Okay, thank you. Good comms. Doing our Wordle. Dream. Nope. Gonna use a 5-letter word from chat. Create. Nope. Too long. Pause. Nope. Dude, y'all haven't said enough 5-letter words. Close. Okay, I see close. Not good. Not good. Earth. Mm. Oh, hold on. Since I'm not doing. Let's go. No, there's no R though. Hmm. That was weird. It just like auto minimized. This is cool. Nepal. Knee pad, of course. Anybody need knee pads? I think of natal, but that's... We know L's not one. Dude, this one. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm reusing L, but no, we know the N's not there. Fuck. Not good. Oh, this is whack. Okay. Naked, that's how you spell it. Teen. Bruh. Mr. Feeney. We might have to do a reset. Let me see where the game's at. Okay, they're walking out now. This is the lads. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Might peep it a little bit while I'm looking over here. Okay, hold on. They're not back yet. They're walking out. X. What about in here? A X. Okay, we're underway. Second half. Yo, what up, Ben? What up, sir? Morocco are fighting for dear life. Yeah. It has more or less been one-way traffic. The thing is, and I was saying this a little bit ago, there's been times too where Morocco have really good like passes between the lines, where they have somebody who's taking up a really good space, and the pass is so incisive that you'd like for them, you would think they'd be able to get their head up, get turned, and go find somebody and link and move them up the pitch. But I don't know if it's a credit to, I don't know if it's all France's defense, if it's some of Morocco's off the ball movement isn't great, or they're scared to make like, like just turn the ball over. Like they don't want to be seen trying a Hollywood pass or whatever, and they just want to keep it safe. But there's been about 4 or 5 times where I feel like Morocco's gotten in really good after a really good pass to break the French lines, and then they wind up having to drop it like a 20-meter drop to their center back or a even bigger one to their goalkeeper, and they just lose all the ground that they had gained with the great pass. Oh, Mbappe tries a little, or Dembele tried a little meg there. Oh, good footwork from this Moroccan. I can't tell who it is. That's a good ball. Got to hold up play. This is great from Morocco. You got to carry it, and then you have a runner to the right. Keep carrying it. No, you just telegraph that. Oh my God. Now go back to him. This is so. I mean, it's still more with Morocco here, but that's just like if you're gonna go right, you don't shape your shoulders the entire time you're running the length of the pitch to the right. Like you try to get that. I think it was Rabiot maybe or no Digne, who does really well in fairness, but the whole time his body shape is like I'm going to use the runner to the right. I'm going to use the runner to the right. So even with the well weighted ball, it's like Digne never had to fully sink. Anyways, you want to make that defender commit to you, then offload it. That way, the overlap to your right can shoot it on goal. First touch, ideally. Still with Morocco here. 48th minute. We're at 47, 39, 40, 41. Morocco just put their. I don't know if this is the match to be putting your studs on the ball and try to calm proceedings 3 minutes into the second half, but that's what he chose to do. Oh, good. Well done. Oh, I like that idea. Upamecano reads it well, though. Back with France. Chouamini just tries a long. Oh my God, what a ball! Or is that Kone? I can't tell. Good tracking back from Akimi on his buddy. Nope, that's Doué again. He's onside. Played that ball. I've said Chouamini's name, and he's not even in right now. I'm an idiot. Damn. He hurt? Wait, he went I'm just, dude, I'm today's years. Wow. I didn't even realize. Oh, well done. Way to get to that 50-50 first from the Moroccan. They have a chance to maybe counter a long ball to the left. He should get on the end. Oh, just overhit. I like that idea. I didn't. Chouamini's not even starting. That's crazy. Is he hurt? Oh, Kone's speaking of, they might be Chouamini's time if he's not hurt because Kone looks hurt. Oh yeah, groin injury on July 3rd. That explains why he didn't start. It also just talks to France's depth. Like you lose somebody like Chouamini, and you have Kone to come in, real chill like. Yeah, it looks like he's okay. I don't know if he was embellishing, but um, he looks okay. Hold on, need a new playlist. Dude, one thing already though is Morocco. Oh, until they really poor under hit ball. Well, wow, well rescued. Is Morocco's playing it's infinitely better at the start of the second half. I mean, this here they are again attacking in the third with good patterns, people open. The Moroccan Curtis Jones. All right, corner with Morocco for Morocco. They take it short, but that's why just put it in the box. I mean, France has got a marshaled 3v3 for now. I mean, hold on. Okay, good footwork. And then I don't. Your center backs go all the way up there. You're playing against France, and you know how rapid they are, and you choose to take it short. And then when you ultimately do cross it, it's woefully under hit. Like, that's asking to be counterattacked. Here we are with France, though. Upamecano bringing it into his own half. My coverage is at the 53rd minute. I'm 52, 36, 37, 38, 39, 52, 40 with France, with Kone. It's going to go right here to Koundé. Elise's moving along. Dembele on the right. Morocco in a good shape, still with France. Initial thing blocked. Now it's with Doué. Tries a cheeky little dinked ball over the top, and it's well read. Well read. Who was that? Was that Mazrari? Oh, well done. That's a good battle there. Halby. Halby's been seeing a lot of the play here on the left so far this half. Oh, good ball between the lines. Now it's with the, Mbappe. Mbappe goes to his left to Doué. Doué cuts it on his right. Decent shot. Bono had it all the way, though. Good save, too, because he doesn't. He kind of spills it, but not really. Oh, good turn from Elise. God, he's so good. Look at him glide. Oh, and then it falls with. Could have easily been another assist for Elise, which would have made his sixth of the tournament. Incredible play, though. The turn from Elise initially is just so good. Look at it. Boom. That reception, like, it's so good. He shows short. He's showing short. So the defender's pressing. And then everything about his shape is like, hey, I'm going to just control the ball, keep my back to goal, might recycle it. And then like that, and this is what in all sports, what elite players can do is they can, not only they can make the game be played at their tempo, but they can also, well, this is kind of hand in the hand, but they can accelerate and decelerate when they need to. Okay, still here with France. This is looking dangerous for Morocco. But it's the way that Doué shows, like, I'm just gonna receive it. And then he quickly puts his studs on the ball, rolls it, turns this defender, glides past him. Second one has to step up, offloads it, gets to Mbappe, who skies it. Yo, and Kimi giving little shoves to his best friend. Love to see that. I feel like there should be a candlelight. The last song that was playing was the song from Cowboy Bebop. But okay, I'll go to the just lo-fi that I do during these. Yeah, I mean you are allowed to do some, and also again this tournament for the most part has been officiated to like the letting them play a bit more. A good amount of these no call kind of physical moments might actually be called in some of the domestic leagues. Um but yeah, they clearly have had a mandate this tournament to let a lot of that kind of stuff go, which I think we all are cool with. It's just as we always say in these kind of things, it's about the consistency. It's if you're gonna well, one, if you're the team, you'd kind of like to know that beforehand, but it's also a part of these kind of competitions, these knockout win and go home kind where you have to learn, you almost have to feel the tournament out a little bit and just try to win some of those early ones. And but it's just like, can you just make sure you're still consistent in the later rounds? Because we don't want to start getting used to being able to do this or have to receive that, and then all of a sudden not. They have France with a full two expected goals. Foot Mob has them at 2.3, and then Morocco at not even a tenth of a expected goal yet, which is about right. But on that one play in particular, that one was even more probably allowed because I think the ref may probably would know this too, but a lot of the footballing community knows how good of friends Hakimi and Mbappe are. Like again, best friends type shit, holidays together, that kind of stuff. Oh, ball falls to France. That's a lucky little fall. Mbappe, what a goal! I mean, stunning goal. Phenomenal finish from Killian there. If Morocco, that's so unlucky for them because they kind of have it contained and it looks like a loose ball. Morocco's asking for something. We'll have to see. It looked like a loose ball falls very conveniently to Kylian Mbappe, who gets it under his spell and whips a filthy curler at the far post. Filthy curler. Not exactly sure. We haven't seen any replays of anything yet. We're still France's celebration. Here we go. Uh, see what Morocco might be asking for. Yo, I mean, what a finish! What a matter of time indeed. World class finish. And some would say like Issa is in a good spot. Issa is in a good spot. He's in a good spot. And then at the very end he goes narrow, and that's exactly the window that Mbappe needs. But if a person wants to like criticize Issa, one, you gotta go a little bit because you can't have your hands just arms dangling out. Two, Mbappe sets that up so well. Like Mbappe, ball falls to him under spell. He kind of, he's just kind of ebbing him. He's lulling him to a sense like a sleep almost a bit, and then it's Mbappe scored a goal against Sweden a couple matches ago, and it highlighted how he is a freak athletically. It's the acceleration from a stop start is just nigh on impossible to react to, let alone successfully defend. To actually get the foot to where you need as a defender to block it, but it's his also his elite technical ability where so against Sweden, he's on the left side of the box, and it's just this quick, rapidly shift. And you know, as a defender, he's right-footed. He wants to ultimately try to set and shape, but it's the way he can just like lull you, and then so quickly get that ball out from underneath his foot, and then the effort off. And he kind of does it there. He lulls Issa, lulls him, and then rapid whip. Even then, Bono, the goalkeeper for Morocco, is all over that. That one angle they showed is a fantastic angle. Mbappe's on the ground now holding his arm up. Um, it shows one again how razor thin that window was, like the timing too. The moment that Issa kind of collapses himself and that open the ball's going through it, and then Bono all over it, and it just is inside the post. I mean, world class finish. Regardless of what happened before the ball falling, that's going to be a yellow card. Ugh, that's a mean foul. That's a stop fucking on us, please. Um, Regardless of what happened before, and if that was a lucky bounce to Mbappe that even puts him in a 1v1 with Issa there, insane finish from Kylian Mbappe. I mean, Issa's not that far late. I don't think the ref gave a yellow card. Live, I thought it was certainly a yellow card, but he's not that late. He does get a yellow card. I mean, that's fair. He would I think he would miss the next match. That's the one thing. And for people who've followed the sport for a while now, we might remember the what's his name for Chelsea? Ivanov, not is it Ivanov? Not Ivanovic. Their right back. It was Ivanovic. So Chelsea's right back had to miss. Oh my God, Olise, you're so dude. He just glides. He glides. Um, Ivanovic had to miss the Champions League final because of an accumulation of yellows. So the Champions League did a very good job, or it still needs. I mean, they're still trying to tweak it, but of when do you reset yellow cards to make it so where people don't miss major matches. And the World Cup eventually followed suit. And so ultimately, if Morocco progresses, Issa would have to miss the semifinals because he has two yellows since the last time they got a clean slate, the last time they reset. There's a couple players for England who are also in that dynamic too. Declan Rice, I know off the top of my head. I think Bukayo Saka is also one, but they're one of those that like if England go on to progress and he picks up another yellow in this next match, he would have to miss the semifinal. Oh my God, Olise, that touch at the inline, he glides, he glides. He might be my favorite player to watch in world football currently. I mean, he glides. Are they going to call that a foul? Nope, no foul. Elise that was hilarious. Absolutely engulfed, but he's back up on his feet. Oh, and then he tries a fancy flick, not having it, says the Moroccan. Does he have the legs? Upamecano was ready for that race. If that ball stayed in play, that was going to be an interesting foot race. The other thing that he says, well, the reason he collapses is not only because he's trying, and this replay shows it again well, not only trying to protect his arms and keep it in a silhouette, but he doesn't want to get megged. But the thing is, like from that distance, it's I think is you almost got to trust your keeper. That any effort that megs somebody, oh my god, Dembele makes it two. Dembele makes it two. I guess Issa might not have to worry about that yellow card accumulation after all. What to wrap up that point though, the tweaks that they did, the reason that it's set up is like you would at least rather. So again, in this case, Issa, if Morocco went to go through, he would not be available in the semifinals. You would rather him that like be a thing and him miss the semifinals than the finals if Morocco were to get there, obviously, in this hypothetical. Regardless, France so freaking good. I mean, just a second ago, I was talking about the foot race that almost happened between the Moroccan who picked Olise's pocket when Olise tried the fancy flick. And then, I mean, in fairness, Morocco's kind of sleep there after that whole. They get the throw in. No. France gets the throw in, but on the other half. And then, dude, Bono is so close to saving both. He gets a fingertip to that. The finish just has enough zip and bounce that he can't actually redirect it. And then he's so close. The other thing I wanted to say is if you're Issa, you can't be worried about getting megged potentially there. Like any effort that megs you is almost certainly not going to have enough like dynamism to beat a goalkeeper as good as Bono. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know. Bono. Oh no. How ancient of a system is the substitution thing? One at a time, programmed into a 7-Eleven lotto display? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, it's like Keno. Yeah, dude. It's like a Keno thing. Or yeah, bingo night. F7. F7. 67th minute hydration break. Honestly, this is perfect timing for Morocco, though, right? France just scored their second. As you allude, floodgates could easily be opening. They could still open, especially as Morocco has to push forward more and hope to try to go score. What was I going to say? Yeah. This hydration break might be huge for Morocco. Dude, their goalkeeper is so close to saving both. Like, just France's class. Like any bit less of such a precise finish from either Dembele or Mbappe, and it's saved. I mean, look at. So again, he's trying to protect himself. The reason I say this is because here's the thing: if you're worried about getting Meg there, okay, let's talk a little technique and whatnot while we have this hydration break. If you're worried about getting Meg there as a defender, you have to know that likely if it successfully megs you and goes through your legs, it's probably a lower shot, okay? You're not able to shape a curler through the legs generally because that's just going to hit the defender in the nuts because of the way that the curler has to rise. Generally, again, from where Mbappe was. Mbappe was at that almost stop-start, kind of lulling him, right? Ball settled. It's really it's hard to get a lot of backlift and zip to your finish when you're keeping it low underneath the yums of a defender that you're trying to meg. And then also likely if it's through your legs and you're at your position like he was, as well as he was, if it goes through your legs, it's going to be a relatively central finish. Yes, it could have some curl and whatnot, but your goalkeeper's so good and he's been in such good form that I think he's almost too worried about like being caught on like I'm not saying that he thought, oh, don't end up on a highlight reel, but like he's almost maybe giving Mbappe too much respect and worried about the nutmeg there when that's not the danger. If Mbappe shoots that through the legs, that's almost certainly gobbled up by Bono. But no. Wow, France, the luxury. They bring on another incredible talent, young Zaire Emery, who is so good. Or Kone. I mean, that's just no Chouamini, throw in Kone. Kone plays a brilliant 69 minutes. We'll bring on Zaire Emery. No big deal. All 20 years old of them. Was very good. Again, when you look at the match ratings, it shows just how much a goal or assist, right? Like as good as Mbappe has been and Doué has been, right? Of the front four, in my opinion, Olise has been the best. Um, but because, for example, Mbappe doesn't finish that one effort, he sails it over. Olise doesn't get a assist officially, so he's the only one of the front four without a goal or assist, and he's a 7.0, which is what you start with. There is no way you should watch this match of football, and if they start at a 7.0, you've deemed that Olise's done nothing of note to go up at all, or down for that matter. Like, yeah, he lost the ball recently too. Um, he also, I think, got the second assist on the hockey assist, if you want to, on France's second. Okay, this is a good little spell from Morocco. This match is not over. Morocco's got to keep telling themselves that they're brilliant. It's just, it is tough when your best player, your absolute best player, your talisman, the superstar is your right back, right? It's just, you can only get so involved in play, which it makes you wonder, like Morocco probably, I mean, I don't know if they've done this a bunch, how much, but like bring on your other right back. Oh my God. I mean, when these teams are these, dude, that's incredible. France almost scores an own goal here, but I mean, Upamecano whiffs the clearance, and it just conveniently for France goes over everything. Just barely though, but Morocco will have a corner here. Speaking of floodgates, it's about to start storming here. I think it's when I was out a minute ago, it looked very cloudy. Oh, that's still in. I think that's still in. Dude, the Moroccan almost does brilliantly there to keep that in, I believe. Damn. Oh, Nahi. Yassini. He's also 20 years old. Right winger coming on for Morocco. Another young talent. But I was gonna say, would you consider bringing on your backup right back, and then that way you can move Hakimi up? And again, you just because he's as good as he is doesn't mean he's gonna instantly be able to play cam and know how to operate in certain pockets and what kind of angles passes are gonna be needed to be performed through. Yo, what up, Blue Jay? Wow, Infantino looks ancient right there in that shot. Actually, ancient. Okay, we're approaching the 76th minute. Right now, my coverage is 74, 54, 55. We're about to be in this, where it says 75-0-0. Bam, it's with Morocco. It doesn't have many options forward. Again, that's also to France's credit. They're so good defensively as well. The, the depth, the fact that you don't have Chouamini, You bring on Kone, and he can give such a brilliant performance for 70, and then you have Zaire Emery to come on. And keep in mind, if we talk about their front four or their attackers, and obviously it's their front four, it's this front four, it's Barcola, it's Cherky, but they also could have had Ekatike on this roster. Liverpool striker who was balling last year until he got hurt. Speaking of hurt, Mbappe might want to get subbed off here. He dropped down completely off the ball, non-contact. It looked like. I I hope for as a neutral, it's nothing serious and it won't affect them in the semifinals if they go on and finish this out. But um, I also don't think it's gonna be that. Like this might just be one of those just precautionary. Maybe felt something slightly. The Heat, they're up 2-0 in the 77th. I mean, France just has the perfect recipe right now, right? Like you have these superstars who, at least for France, but a lot of them in their club football as well, but they're willing to be unselfish. All of them are cool with sharing the limelight. They get along well. Like right there, Olise is quickly over there to check on Mbappe, and he's ultimately the one who picks Mbappe up as Mbappe's going out. Dembele makes a point to, mosey some 15, 20 meters over to not only give him a dap before he leaves, which again, I mean, a lot of teams will do that, but sometimes you don't necessarily see it if a person has to walk, like the right winger has to walk, but they didn't just dap, they didn't hug, right? Their manager is not only a former player, so they would respect him in that. Like he's been in the trenches he's been a player at the highest level, so they respect that. They sure have to respect his tactics because he's such a good manager. So they like him from a managerial and as a former player. He's also a legend as a former player and a World Cup winner. They just have the perfect recipe. That's a really poor giveaway from Hakimi though, and Olise's and France is attacking again. Oh, oh, good tracking back from 13 there for Morocco. I mean, Morocco even there, number 7, Talbi, who's had a good game relatively. I mean, he's looked okay. It's hard to judge players in a team that are going against a side as good as France, right? It's all got to be relative. I was gonna say, yeah, but they're not good. Not good. Tries to dribble, then goes to like offload it, and it's a really poor offload that makes his center defensive mid, have to sprint back and recover the ball. Oh, that might fall to number 9. It's still Morocco. Can't pick anybody out. France clears for now. Loose ball? Question mark. Rabiot, well handled. Well handled from Rabiot. So cool. That was very cool from France. I mean, Rabiot's ball, that first time ball with the outside of the foot to get whoever's this is. Oh, oh my God. Ew, if Dembele would have gambled and crashed. Anyways, ball eventually goes to Barcola. Good play from Olise. See, that's just what Olise is so good at. He's so smooth, and his weight of pass is so often right. So it like right there, yes, that's kind of an easy ball. Like it should be completed. That pass should never be an incomplete pass that Olise plays into Barcola. But it's the weight that then makes it easier for Barcola. Now it's Koundé. Now it's Olise to Rabiot to Upamecano, to Zaire Emery. France moving it side to side. Lovely play on the left. Digne sends it in. Oh my gosh, just misses the outstretched head of the newly subbed on. Oh, my nose. Mateta. Oh, okay, nice. From number 8, Ohidi. Ohani. Ball with Morocco here. We're in the 81st minute. 80, 40, 41, 42. Oh, nice. Still with Morocco. I mean, one goal changes everything. They can just find a way. They haven't tested Mannion at all. That ball is going to just go and all the way out the other end of the pitch for a throw in. I don't know if Mannion's touched the ball other than goal kicks. He has 12. Yes. He has 12 touches. Okay. He's attempted 11 passes. So basically, not only has he not had to make any saves, my nose is like breaking out or something. Not only has he not had to make any saves, he's not had to act as a sweeper. He's not had to come and make a high claim. They haven't even needed to drop it to him. That's the thing. Like France's defensive line haven't even needed to drop it to Mannion barely. He has 12 total touches and 11 passes, which are going to mostly be his goal kicks. Oh, loose ball, easily dealt with again by France. Oh, okay, still with Morocco though. But you have to think that, to a degree, France is happy with this. Foul, free kick to Morocco? Question mark. It did, dude. But that, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that free kick happened a lot. Now you don't want to be too close to the goal. We talked about it earlier at the end of the first half when Morocco had that one free kick. But I do think that the free kick happened a little closer than what they gave him. Come on, Hakimi, make this interesting. He actually goes short. Why? Okay, Mannion forced into a save. Comfortable height, dealt with. He didn't trust his hands to catch it, so he does do the two-fisted punch and gets enough distance on it. France has cleared it for now. Still with Morocco. Dude. I'm glad he got a decent effort off because I was getting frustrated. Morocco's taking short corners when I don't think they should have. They've like right there, they took that free kick short when you have Hakimi, but forced to save. Hakimi's now going to come over here on the left and take this corner, little in-swinger, question mark. Referee's going to have to separate Saliba and Issa. Koundé notices that Mannion's little, like, say no to racism armband thing had fallen off. Signals to the ref. He lets him put it back on. Good teammate. W teammate. Corner for Morocco. Hakimi. Wow. First off, the television feed, not good. Again, we've talked about it. Couldn't fully tell if he made that or not. I'm not a huge fan of too many short corners and like not beating the first man. That one looked like it might have been a routine-ish. Great header. Just flashes near post wide though for if you're Morocco. I like the run. Sharp header. Had us all like, wait, but side netting. All right. I hope nothing crazy happens. I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna go eat dinner and stuff, and then I'll start back up stream here in a little bit for film class, and then RV there yet. Toodles.